We have a housing crisis in California, and a developer in Pacific Beach thinks they have a solution. There's been a bill passed by the state legislature that allows, if there's low-income housing, they can waive certain restrictions, such as community development requirements, or even the city of San Diego building permits. There's a building in Pacific Beach, a tower they're calling a pencil tower, on the corner of Turquoise and Cass Streets, 23 stories tall that they want to build. They're going to have enough low-cost residential units in there so they can exceed the height limit. 23 stories in a residential neighborhood that's been limited to 30 feet for the past 40, 50 years. I've designed buildings in Pacific Beach, the corner of Ocean Boulevard and Pacific Beach Drive. Designed a building there, and in order to meet the 30-foot height limits, they built up the curbs and the planters around the perimeter of the building so we could go higher, and even build a roof deck for a bar over there. They're totally exceeding the 30-foot. They're not even restricted by the limit because they're providing adequate low-income housing. The reason housing is so expensive in California is because they haven't been allowing anybody to build it. Very restrictive on their permits and very restrictive on what they're allowed to develop. It's created a housing shortage. We have plenty of kids, we have plenty of immigrants out here that need to have that housing, and since there is a low supply and a high demand, the minimum price of a house in San Diego is now approaching $1 million. This high-rise development in Pacific Beach will build multiple units, allow low-income units as well, so the average family can afford to actually buy a place in Pacific Beach with a view of the ocean. The people in Pacific Beach are not happy about this at all, like the view of the ocean. They don't like to build a high-rise. Like 200 people showed up to protest this when it was first announced back in September or October of this year. Legal issues that I look at them are a little bit different than most people do. First of all, we have private property rights. You can do whatever you want on your property. It doesn't matter what the community says. The community may not agree with me because they like the communist part where neighbors can tell the other neighbors what they can do on their own property. They don't have any financial interest in. In this case, the people are not happy. They don't want their views of the ocean, which they think they own. They don't want to have those blocked. Another issue is that 30-foot height limit. They didn't want any structures built higher than 30 feet. But this California state law has basically said that if you're building low-income and moderate-income housing, you could exceed any law. You can exceed any permit. You can do whatever you want. I like laws like that. That's kind of cool. Bucks the system provides the housing that California needs.